So I don't understand the Republican Party. I don't, I'm sure there's some things there that are happening that um, harken back to a different era. That's still there. Bias, prejudice, bigotry. It's there. I mean, to believe it's not is to be naive and not deal with the realities on the ground. Um, our only hope really will be the courts. The courts then look at it and they see an extreme example of something, and so they will change it. But they're only going to change it around its margin. It won't be a really substantive change because it'd be so radical to what the legislature did. The courts don't really want to legislate, but in this case they will, but they don't want to supplant a whole map. I have more faith that the courts will catch on to what's been going on and that we'll have some pretty enlightened judges, and they're going to say, look, legislature, we don't want to legislate, but what you're doing here clearly violates the Constitution of the United States as well as certain statutes. Well, you have to start off from their basic proposition, and that is that a Latino population is lost to the Democratic Party. So what do you do to frustrate the obvious numbers alone? And so you do many things. One, you can pass ID laws. Other states are not just passing identification laws, but they're shortening extended voting periods. You can play that way. But the only true way you can do that is to redistrict in a fashion where either you dilute or you pack. And in that way, you can frustrate the true import of the demographic shift in the state of Texas. And that's what they're doing. Now, this really sets up a true dilemma for both parties. And I would say both parties would be totally wrong in this. Do you want an all-white Republican Party? How representative is any party that would be all-white? Do the Democrats want a black and brown exclusive party? I say no. And for many reasons. I think in order to really be a majority party, you need everyone in. What's going on in Texas is just a raw political grab. It's not new. They couldn't do it in 2000, the last time, and the federal judges had to draw the map. The Republican Party was very unhappy about the way it was drawn. And Tom DeLay came in 2003 and did what we call a mid-decennial redistricting process, unheard of in 100 years of Texas history. But it was done and wiped out a number of Democrats. Now, was that all predicated on trying to blunt the voices of minorities? If it wasn't their intent, it surely resulted in that in many ways. They were able to still get rid of a lot of Democrats that weren't in Latino districts and still impact Latino districts in South Texas in a way that to this day is a disservice to Latino populations. So this is not a new experience.